Today we were working on subtraction number patterns. Today we looked at these in an input-output table. The first thing we have to do is to find our rule. Now, with what we were working on today, we knew our rule was going to be subtraction. So when I'm looking at an input-output table, I know it always works from left to right. I take my number in and I'm going to subtract something to get my out number. So what I have to do is figure out where to start. And to do that, I am going to start in the rows that have both my in number and my out number. And I've highlighted those two rows. So what I'm going to do is take those and I'm going to subtract those two numbers. And when I do this, both answers should be the same. So when I subtract 107 minus 47, 7 minus 7 is 0. 0 minus 4 I cannot do. I need to borrow from my 1, make it a 0, make my 0 a 10. And 10 minus 4 equals 6. So 107 minus 60 equals 47. I'm going to do the same thing with 81 minus 21. I should come up with the same answer if this is going to follow my rule. So 1 minus 1 is 0. 8 minus 2 is 6. So again, I got 60. So that means my rule is subtracting 60. So what I have to do is take each row and subtract 60 from it. Now we'll talk about the last row in a moment. So my next one is going to be 91 minus 60. When I subtract 1 minus 0, I get 1. 9 minus 6 is 3. So my output number is 31. Then the next one I'm going to work is 73 minus 60. 3 minus 0 is 3. 7 minus 6 is 1. So that output is 13. Now, this last one is a little bit differently because my input number is missing and I have my output. So when that happens, I'm actually going to do the opposite of subtraction, which is addition. So that means I'm going to add 60 plus 51. I get 111. Then if I were to go back and look here and check, 111 minus 60 equals 51. We're going to go through the same process for this one. I take my two rows that have both my input and output number. I'm highlighting those because those two are going to give me my rules. When I subtract, I should end up with the same answer for both of these. Alright, so 63 minus 56, I cannot do 3 minus 6, so I've got to borrow. 13 minus 6 is 7. 5 minus 5 is 0. And then on the other one, 7 minus 0 is 7. So that means I got the same answer, so my rule is minus 7. So what I'm going to do for each one of these is take my input number and subtract 7 from each one. $81 minus 7, I cannot do 1 minus 7, I got to borrow. 11 minus 7 is 4. 7 minus 0 is 7. So that output is 74. 49 minus 7, 9 minus 7 is 2. 4 minus 0 is 4. 21 minus 7, I've got to do some borrowing here. 11 minus 7 is 4. 1 minus 0 is 14.